Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to Heart of Christ Ministry. I'm your host, Reverend Shaun Robert Grant. I've always wanted to do that. Welcome to Heart of Christ Ministry 2022. As always, an amazing message we have for you today. This one is funny enough. This turned out to be a money consciousness, prosperity, abundant, wealth driven ministry. And I noticed that I never really took the time to tell anybody how to manifest money the vibrationally abundant way, right? So I'm finally in a space, well, I've always been in that space, but I just never did it. And now I wanted to take today to do that. So I got 6 unique, powerful, vibrationally abundant ways that is going to help you, like tongue tie, manifest money into your life. Okay. Now, before I get into that, I just want you to know that this is truly valuable information, and this is why I'm bringing it forth. Because one, I know it works. Two, I know it works off of experience. It's not like I'm just blowing something up your behind and just telling you to do it just because. I promise if you do every step of the 6 that I have, if you do that and you do it willingly and you open your mind to the possibility of what it can do, you will manifest money, period. Hands down, right? That's just the beauty of it. So I'm excited because it's my calling to help those win as it relates to money, as it relates to vibration and consciousness. And that's what I'm here for, and that's what you're here for. So also share it with somebody who you feel like can use it. I'll say this one more thing. A lot of times, we're different because we're all from different walks of life. Some of us grow up in an environment where we have absolutely no issues whatsoever as it relates to money because that's how we were taught. Some of us, we grow up where money is so scarce, it just seems like such an absolute foreign thing that it causes emotional issues with us. Some of us go through trauma between the ages of 0 and 7 that allows us to fall into these bad habits as it relates to the idea of money, abundance, all things financial. So I'm here to help you in whatever regard you are, because here's the thing, just because you have a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean you have peace around it. You want to have a lot, and then you also want to have that peace and that calmness and that tranquility around the money that you have, no matter how much it is, whether it's millions of dollars or whether it's a couple $100 or even lower than that, right? We always want to have that level of peace. So we're going to get into that today. So I'm not only going to teach you how to manifest money, I'm also going to teach you how to do it and how to do it in peace. But before we get to that, let's rock and roll. If you have any feedback, any ideas, any type of topics you want me to discuss, write to us, ShaunD04@gmail.com. We will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. I want you to title, what I notice is some of you guys just title Heart of Christ Feedback or Heart of Christ Insight. And then that way it won't go to spam, because sometimes some people, because I don't know you, it goes straight to my junk mail and I don't get the opportunity to see it. But I've been looking more to check on that of late to make sure I'm not missing your messages. So thank you in advance for that. But just title that Heart of Christ comment, Heart of Christ Feedback, Heart of Christ Insight or something like that, because that way it'll help me to identify it in a better capacity. Okay? So write to us when you get the chance. We'd love to hear from you. It's a beautiful thing to interact with the people that are part of this ministry, because if you're watching, you're part of the ministry, right? So thank you in advance. And so if this message benefits you, or if any messages of the past, we're 2 years old, yay, and anything that we've done, any post or anything like that has benefited you, I want you to really consider giving, okay? And the reason why we give is because it expands our life force when we give. And that's one of the biggest things. We're not going to learn about it today, but we've learned about it in the past. When you give, you receive. God is the giver and the gift, which means you're only just circulating energy in a bigger, expansive form of energy that's going to come right back to you, right? So it's a beautiful thing. So if you feel like this ministry, this message, all of these messages that we've done have benefited you in some way, shape, or form, sow a seed today. Seed of any size, does not matter what it is. Thank you in advance. VENMO at Heart of Christ Ministry. PayPal, ShaunG04 at gmail.com. I couldn't fit Zelle, but Zelle is the exact same as PayPal, ShaunG04 at gmail.com. And if you know me and you're going to see me and you want to lace me up with some cash, you can do that too. I got Cash App, but once again, it can't fit. If you want to do Cash App, put it in the comments or send me a message. We can do Cash App too. Your donations allow this ministry to grow and to be exactly what it is today. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate that in advance. And if you do decide to give, guess what's happening after you give? Where it go, there it is right there. Boom. Endless Prosperity Pack. 5 hand-selected videos. 0 to financial freedom. When you take these videos and you study them. When you take these videos and they allow you to rise higher within the consciousness of prosperity and financial freedom. Okay? So any gift of any size, you will receive the Endless Prosperity Pack. Bada bing, bada boom. Step into the room. Here we go. Now it's time to start the message. Ha! That's a mouthful. And we got a message we got to do. Okay, Heart of Christ Ministry, 2022. How to manifest money the vibrationally abundant way. The vibrationally abundant way. What is a vibrational abundant way? Easy. The vibrational abundant way is where you use your energy, where you use your mental capacity, your feelings, as opposed to your behind, right? Like Reverend Ike says, to receive money into your life, to receive financial abundance, financial prosperity, financial independence in your life. You're using your energy, you're using your vibration. And I'm telling you, this is the highest form of money manifestation, not going and using up all your time and physical energy to try to receive money. No, this is the way to do it. Why? Because this contributes to your freedom and you having your freedom to do exactly what you want to do, which is what I've been blessed to do for a long time. And I want to share that with you today. Okay. So how to manifest money the vibrationally abundant way. We've got 6 topics to get over. So I'm going to just start right now. The number 1 way to manifest money in a vibrationally abundant way. Read this with me. Clear out all thoughts and feelings of fear, worry, struggle, and negativity. Your vibration goes up. It rises. It resonates at a higher frequency instantly when you clear these energies from your aura. Okay, so let me explain this for you in a simplified capacity. All right, so any types of thoughts, feelings, beliefs that are resonant with fear, with worry, struggle, with negativity, they get stuck in our energy field. And when it comes to money, money manifests according to our energy. Okay, so I'll give you an example. There was a time where I had so much worry around how money was going to show up, if it was going to show up, when it was going to show up. And what's interesting enough, I was still manifesting a lot of money, but every time I'd manifest it, it was causing issues in its manifestation. So, case in point, I'm receiving this big, enormous check, and then all of a sudden, they write the wrong address on my check, so it backs it up for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Or they never received my paperwork, and I mean, was challenging. But the fact of the matter is I still had thoughts and feelings and beliefs of fear and worry within me, right? Until I cleared those out from my energy field, I consistently had problems. And so the thing is, the universe is so precise, and it's what we call blind justice. When it comes to the universe, it doesn't say, oh, you're too short, you can only have this amount. Oh, you're too fat, you can only have this amount. Not that you're fat or whatever, but you see what I mean? You're too purple, you're too green, you're too white, the universe doesn't do that. The universe is strictly off of vibration. So what you put down vibrationally is what you get back, right? So it didn't matter that I'm a good person on the inside. None of that stuff mattered. Why? Because I was holding fear and worry within myself. I was holding that within myself. And that expressed itself out into my reality. So until I was able to clear that, I couldn't receive that money in an easy capacity, in an easy way. And this is so important because, you know, we can't get around it, right? You can look at your life right now and you may see a pattern where, and you know, the exact belief I had was I need to worry about money showing up. And that's exactly what was unfolding, right? Until I changed that to money shows up easily, money comes effortlessly, and I released all the negative emotions and feelings and thoughts, it gave me issues. So the very first thing you got to do, you got to clear out all thoughts and feelings of fear, worry, struggle, and negativity, and your vibration is going to go up instantly when you clear those from your aura. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more open. You're going to be able to see mentally the opportunities for creativity in your life and the opportunities to manifest more money. It's going to be a beautiful thing, but you got to clear out those thoughts and feelings first. Okay. Number two. Now, this is one of my favorite. And the reason why this is my favorite, because it gets right to the point of clearing out all that stuff. So what did I realize? I realized that I was in a space, I was in a position where those emotions were stagnant. Those thoughts were stagnant. Those beliefs were stagnant. So when something's stagnant, right, like dust collecting in your home, when something is stagnant, what do? You got to clear it out. You got to clean it up, right? And what's one way to clean it up? Well, when it comes to emotions, express it. When it comes to thoughts and feelings, you got to express it. Look up something that's called access consciousness, and it really helps with clearing a lot of the energy and thought forms that could be blocking you from manifesting money or anything else in your life. Okay. But the number one, I would say, cost effective way, because everybody can get a notebook, because you can go to the Dollar Tree and get a notebook for $1 and you can write for 30 minutes, right? As long as it takes. But just be completely open about what you're feeling as it relates to those thoughts and feelings we previously mentioned. Journal for 30 minutes. Let those feelings come out. And guess what? I've done this a multitude of times. And I tell you, every single time I get tears. Why? Because I'm expressing and I'm releasing emotions that no longer serve me. But until I get to that place of expression, until I let it out and release it from my energy completely, it affects how money's going to show up in my life. And all I need is 30 minutes straight of journaling, just writing down exactly what I feel to the T. And the beauty is nobody else needs to see it. Nobody else needs to know what you're writing. This is for your eyes only, for your emotions only. Nobody else needs to figure out anything about that other than you. And I promise when you do it, as long as it takes, it's going to release that stuff and you're going to be clearer from a mental and emotional standpoint. I want to share this with you before I go to number three. People think poverty is, or being impoverished is all about not having money. It's not about that. No. Being impoverished is basically being mentally and emotionally broke, right? Because the mind and the emotions, the beliefs are what allows whatever it is in our life to manifest, albeit money, albeit resources, albeit whatever it is. That's the stuff that's going to predicate what comes into our life, because it's stepping off of our energy. The universe is saying, I don't care who you are, I just care about your energy. And that's what's going to unfold, right? So if we have stuff stuck, like we talked about in the previous one, we want to journal it, be open, be free with it, and allow it to free us from any stagnant, negative, unproductive, vibrational frequencies that could be sitting in our energy field. Okay. Number two is a good one, right? Here we go. Number three, get 100% clear and aware and conscious. Okay. Clear and aware and conscious about the amount that you need. You know what? I would rather change that. I don't want to say need, because we're never in need, because God, the beautiful benevolent, wonderful spirit, force, loving mother and father, creator of the universe, has given us absolutely everything that we could ever need. And it's right in here. And it's right in here. So we don't need to necessarily what we need, because we're never in need unless we're choosing to be in need. Now, so the reason why we want to get 100% clear, aware, and conscious, I put those three there on purpose, because when you are clear on something, it's direct. When you are aware of something, you know what's happening. And when you are conscious of it, you're able to operate in that area. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Right? So you get clear, aware, and conscious on the amount that you need. Because I'm going to tell you once again, it does not matter to the universe. Like I'm saying, and not to be funny here, but the universe is not going to say, oh, you're black, you can only have so much. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not going to say, oh, you live in Nebraska, you can only have so much. No. It's not going to say, oh, you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, you can only, no, that's not how it works. It works off of the thoughts, the focused thoughts, and the feelings that you're able to vibrate in over an extended period of time, that you basically give your attention to. That is what the universe is going to bring to you, right? And the thing with making money manifestation work in an abundant capacity is to feel, envision, experience already having, because you already got it. Everything is energy before it becomes a manifestation, right? It's a thought form before it's a manifestation. So if I get clear on what it is that I want and what it is that I desire, right? What's going to happen? Don't call me. What's going to happen is, right, is I'm going to have myself be in a space that's going to give the universe a direct order. And when that direct order is backed by a high vibration, after I'm clearing out all those emotions and everything else and that negativity, man, it's going to come quick. It's going to come quick. You see, I'm going to share something with you here. The only thing that stops us from manifesting anything, the only thing that stops us from manifesting money, is our resistance to it. Okay? And you want to get rid of the thoughts, fears, and emotions that we talked about in number 2, because that lets go all of the resistance. And when there's no resistance, the universe, like I said, it's blind justice, right? It's like the story of the prodigal son, where the dad was blind, but he felt. It's all about feeling. That's all it comes down to, feeling. So you get clear on what it is that you want. Now, you look at these numbers. Is it 100,000, 500,000, $1 million? Those might be big numbers for you. So change them accordingly, because you want to make sure that it's something that you believe that you can have. The reason why I wrote these down is because there was a time where my wife and I wanted to get a house. We wanted to get a home. And in California, you couldn't buy a home for, you were looking at $400,000 or $500,000. So we needed $400,000 or $500,000. We really wanted a home. So that's what we put out there. That's what we got clear, aware, and conscious on. And it happened. We got a beautiful home, lived in it for like 4 or 5 years, I think, or something like that. And then we moved out. We moved on to Florida. So, but understand, universe doesn't see money as we see money. It sees, okay, what do you want? It's kind of like a genie in a bottle, right? You want 10 million? Okay. So first thing you got to do is get past all your resistance, and then you can have that 10 million, right? There's no resistance, 10 million comes easily, right? But you got to get clear. You got to get aware. You got to get conscious on the amount that you choose to have. All right. That's number 3. Doing great, guys. Here we go. Moving along to number 4. Oh, I love this one. Come to the understanding that the only source for your money is the divine presence and consciousness of God within you, not your job, your investment, or your clients. Those are only channels. So I did a message. This is one of the first money messages I did was on this. And this is one of the most important things that I had to learn, was that nothing outside of me is my source for money, right? So if I run into any types of issues, right? If I run into any types of issues on the outside, it's an issue inside of me. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. If I'm struggling, right, I have something within that's causing me to separate from the source that is God, right? So we take this entire instance, and we relate it to money. Anytime you have any money issues, you just got to fix your thought forms. You got to fix your feelings. And more often than not, you're placing more attention on the channel than you are on the source, right? So when we place all our attention on the source, we realize, and I was talking about this the other day in a session with a client, the essence of God, the presence of God, the source that is the ultimate supreme supply of abundance, has not changed ever in all of eternity. God, the essence of God, will always be of abundance, right? So when we know that and we understand that that very entity is our source, there is no reason whatsoever to feel any lack at any point in time, right? And it doesn't matter all of a sudden a pandemic hits and then your job gets wiped out or your investment is held up for months and months at a time, sometimes even a year. That happened to me, right? Or your clients decide, oh, I don't want to work with you anymore. That's happened, right? And so what you realize, okay, although people are changing, circumstances are changing, conditions are changing. I'm about to get into the next one. The essence of God, the consciousness of God, the presence of God, the wonderful, abundant universe, infinite in all its capacity, has not changed one bit. Which means what? I can have whatever I choose to have when I know who the source is. Period. I can have whatever I choose to have when I know who and what the source is and understand that how it comes to me is just a form of channels. And also, I get rid of my resistance. It's a done deal, right? Number 5, spend an hour per day focused on gratitude for already having received the amount that you have chosen. This is just child's play. It really is. And here's the thing. Here's why I experience a lot of folks that fix my hat who don't manifest what they want, or it takes them an endless amount of hard work to do it. Here's why. Because they don't take the time to do the gratitude part of it. This, number 5, gratitude is the most important aspect. And I wrote an article on this. You want to check it out, ShaunGrant.medium.com. We are bombarded with so much information that is telling us we are lacking in every single sense of the word. Excuse me. All the peripheral stuff tells us we're lacking this, we're lacking that. This isn't good, that isn't good, that, you need this, you need that, right? I turn on my TV. Thank God I have streaming now, or I can fast forward through commercials because I would be bombarded with so much stuff. Well, I need this type of food. I need this type of insurance. I need this type of car. Well, I just bought a brand new car. Who cares? Trade it in. You need this type of car, right? And it's just lack, right? So we think about when we go on the street or when we're using social media or even emails now. Sometimes emails will send out more advertisements for me than anywhere else in the world. So I stopped checking it as much as I did because I don't need all of that poured out onto my energy field. Okay, but let's stick here. So the reason why we need at least an hour of gratitude per day is because if we're receiving that much information that is telling us we are lacking, that we don't have enough, we've got to reproclaim and re-essence that energy and that attention within ourselves that focuses on gratitude, which is the essence that tells us that we have and we're in abundance right here, right now, no matter what's going on at this point in time, no matter what type of circumstance or condition is unfolding, we have everything that we need. And by amplifying that energy through your attention, through your focus, you can see the exact amount of money that you want to come through, to come forward, to manifest itself in your life. And it's because gratitude has already focused on having. Neville used to say, isn't it wonderful? I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so thankful that I have $20,000. I'm so thankful that that $2 million, investment is coming back at the perfect time under grace in a divine way. Like, you just really get into the gratitude. And when you get into the gratitude, life itself is going to change. Why? Because your focus and your energy has shifted. And that's what gratitude does. It takes you from a place of lacking to a place of fullness, a place of wholeness, and a place of manifesting money that you not only think you need, but that you're desiring to have. Okay? Number 6, grab some water if you need. Here we go. Remain patient, calm, and trusting as the universe brings it to you in the best possible way. Choose happiness right now. Okay? So I always use a story about how when my mom and my dad actually would do this, they were really good on this, how they would tell my brothers and I that we would receive an allowance. Okay? They would tell us this on like a Sunday or Monday. My mom would say something like, okay, your daddy's getting paid, your mom and I'm getting paid, and we're going to give you an allowance of $25, $100. I think it got better as they did, greater in their work. But let's just say you're receiving $100 on Friday, right? And so I just remember how all I could think about was all the Doritos and candy I was going to buy. And it was perfect because there was such a level of trust, such a level of calm, because I knew come Friday at 5:30, 6 o'clock, when my parents got home, that $100 is going to be in my hand. Now, I couldn't do anything at that point in time because I was, still like a little kid, but I just knew that was going to be there. And that's the exact same way we've got to trust the universe, right? The universe confirms to you, basically like my parents did, it confirms to you that you're going to receive what you're going to receive by how good you feel. And if you're practicing gratitude, you're going to feel really good knowing that you're receiving that amount of money. And all you do is you trust and you remain patient and you allow it to come, right? You don't specify what type of conditions. Most times if we have a job or we have a set client or a set investment where income repetitively comes from, what winds up happening is we expect it from there, we expect it from there, we expect it from there, but the universe, God could have a whole nother channel that's ready to deliver to you. And I'm telling you, by experience, this is one of the most wonderful things you can have, because it shows you that you're not limited to how your abundance can show up. Abundance is expansive in expression, and that's what the divine wants. That's what God wants, to be expansive in expressing that abundance towards us, right? So it's so funny. I remember, even this year I was involved in a certain type of job, and it was independent contractor work and stuff like that. And I thought, okay, my income's gonna come from there. And then right out of the blue, which is not really out of the blue, out of my own consciousness, a huge check came through the mail that I did not expect, right? I didn't expect it to come that way, but I was open to it coming that way. And the only way that it was able to come like that was because I was patient, I was calm, and I was trusting, right? And then that's up to God and the universe to bring it in the very best possible channel. And you just kind of sit back and you say, oh, right, I can do this. This is easy. There's nothing to it. Bang. And it shows up. And I'm telling you, that 1 through 6, this is definitely a video you want to go through and review and even screenshot the steps that we laid out, because it's those steps, right, that are going to take you bit by bit to manifesting all the money that you need, to manifesting all the money that you can desire. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing, right? And it's understanding that when we're patient, when we're trusting, guess what happens? Everything can unfold in our favor. If we get too uptight, if we get where we have to like peek behind the blinds to kind of see how things are doing, that's going to slow down your manifestation. Why? Because that's going to create doubt in a capacity that will slow things down, right? We talked about fear, worry, and negativity and stuff like that. Those things, those entities, those energies will slow things down in the worst possible way, right? We want to speed things up because the universe already works with speed, especially when there's no resistance. And we want to have that. We want to have the ability to allow that to show up and to be what it needs to be for us. And that comes through choosing trust, choosing patience, choosing to be calm, and choosing to be happy until your moolah shows up, right? I'm going to tell you this one more thing that I got for you. Most people believe that you work for the money, and that's the majority of the world. That's a third dimensional concept. Most people believe that the money is made from the physical work that you do. Not so much. And I want to do an episode on this, and I will do an episode on this. Money comes based on the internal energy that you are feeling within. The dominant thoughts and beliefs that you have, that is what causes the money to come in. The money is just a result of those thoughts, of those feelings, of those beliefs, right? Like I said, if you're struggling right now, you can manifest money into your life just by changing your thought form, your emotion, your vibration alone. It's that easy. But nobody ever teaches that. Nobody ever tells you that because, hell, you don't learn it in school. In school, it says go get a job and work for the money, which is actually backwards, right? We don't want to work for the money. We want to put ourselves in a position where we are creating the money from the inside out. That's when you truly get to a place where you start to do some really good things as it relates to financial freedom. So I am running out of time here, but I want to thank you guys for joining me today. It's been fun. This is one of my favorite things because, like I said, nobody teaches this enough, and people have to know how to manifest money because money makes the world go round. You know, if you don't ain't got money, you can't do things, right? So I want you to have as much as you possibly can to do endless good in your life and in the lives of others. So with that being said, if you found this message quite interesting, please write to us. Let us know. Heart of Christ Ministry. No, don't write it to us at Heart of Christ Ministry. Write to us at ShaunG04@gmail.com and let us know. Give us some feedback. Give us some ideas. If there's a message that you would like to focus on, we're getting back into the money segment, the financial segment. If there's something you want me to talk on, baby, I'm the expert and I'm ready to give it to you as much as you want to have it, right? So I will send me an email and I will get you going on that message. We might even bring back Ask Reverend Shaun because that was a really good segment, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you in advance for writing to us. Also, if this message has benefited you and any past messages have benefited you and you've benefited from the wisdom that we've shared here and you want to share it with somebody else, guys, please donate to the ministry. Venmo at Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. ZELLE is the exact same way as PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. And I got a Cash App, but I can't fit it there. So if you want to write to me and give me, you want my Cash App, whatever it is, we can do that. But thank you in advance. Your donations allow this ministry to expand and to grow. And it's a beautiful thing. And a lot of you guys have given and given generously. And I want you to know how much I appreciate it, how much this ministry appreciates it. And any gift that you do give, you're going to receive, where is it again? The Endless Prosperity Pack right there. Thank you very much. 5 hand-selected videos you will receive. Endless Prosperity Pack that will take you from zero to financial freedom. But you gotta watch them. You gotta study. You gotta learn the concepts because that's what's going to help you. It's going to transform your consciousness. I said 0 to financial freedom. You will get that with any gift that you decide to give today. All right? Whew, boy, I'm almost out of breath. That's all we got for you today. 34 minutes. I think it was pretty good, right? With that being said, we are on a roll. I'm feeling creative. I'm feeling the divine essence in me, and I'm ready and happy to deliver over and over and over again. And I'm excited to see the different aspects and intricacies of money from a divine perspective we're going to dive into. So, guys, stay tuned. Thank you for joining me. Share this video if you get the opportunity. Change somebody's life today because, like I said, money is what helps us to live the very best life, and we got to understand it. We got to understand it on the deepest level because that's going to allow us to be the very best that we can be in addition to every other area of life. Okay, with that being said, Reverend Shaun Robert Grant, signing off, guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Take care.
Every dream begins with a vision. A vision that sees everything before anyone else ever can. A vision that ignites the endless power to make all your dreams come true. Your truth is in this vision.